For me, one of the hardest parts of getting into the cold water is knowing what to do with myself beforehand. At first, I would try to get into a primal caveman state of mind where I was operating on testosterone and adrenaline in order to distract myself from the shock of the cold.
Yeah!
Because whether you're in a skanky pond, go on then, or a beautiful waterfall,
Is it okay?
So cold.
Is it?
Ooh, yeah.
a glacial lake high up in the mountains, or just a cold shower at home. The shower makes my eyes more blue than they are. In the middle of winter, the air and the water is so cold that every single part of your being is telling you, don't get in. But after a while, I began to stay calm. I'm just trying to be zen and calm, not psyching myself up, just gracefully dipping into the water. Once you realise that the water's not going to harm you, the only question left is how you choose to respond to it.
When you breathe and you concentrate, it does make it easier. It makes it a lot easier.
100%.
But then so does just going and just screaming and shouting. And that's been my whole thing that I've been doing this whole winter. I haven't been able to choose between being like and just being like
Yeah.
So I began my cold water journey in pretty unlikely circumstances. I don't drink much at all anymore, really. But last summer there was a night. And on that night, I fell off the wagon. And I was sat around this table with a group of my mates at around 5 a.m. And one of my mates started telling us about how he'd had a cold shower every day for the last year. And we discussed this at length and all agreed to have a cold shower every day for the next month. A WhatsApp group was formed. You know things have got serious when a WhatsApp group is formed. I woke up the next day not feeling at my best and without giving it too much thought. All right, let's go try some of this cold shower bullshit. Just walked straight into the shower. Coldest setting, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. I didn't know it then, but my cold water journey had very much begun. Soon after that, I found a wild swimming partner in crime.
It's like the perfect day for a swim. What do you reckon?
And several times a week, we would drive up to this boggy little lake on the outskirts of Bristol and have a cold water plunge at the start or the end of each day.
Fight or flight?
Even had a dip on Christmas Day. I watched every Wim Hof documentary and YouTube video I could find, Wim Hof being the man who climbed Everest in his shorts, who has broken all the world records for cold water exposure through his breathing technique. So by the time January the 1st, 2021 rolled round, I had decided to do 100 days of cold showers or wild swimming in the middle of winter at the coldest time of year. At this point, I was hooked. But why? Humans have been swimming in cold water for thousands of years in dozens of different cultures across the globe. Research shows that regular cold water exposure can improve circulation, boost your immune system, and decrease inflammation. Winter swimmers are reported to have a better memory function, better mood, and feel more energetic in daily life. And those are all amazing reasons to step into the cold, but they're not actually my reasons. For me, it's about trying to be as courageous as possible in daily life, about putting myself in a situation at least once a day that takes genuine courage to overcome. Because most of us live pretty comfortable lives. For the majority of people, starvation and homelessness aren't a problem. We have central heating and warm clothes, a fridge full of food and a roof over our head. So because our basic needs for survival have already been met, the areas of our life where we need to show more courage are usually psychological. The courage it takes to be more assertive at work. Courage it takes to be more honest in your relationship. The courage it takes to put yourself in a social situation which gives you anxiety. These are all things that are difficult. But obviously when you do face up to them, it's never as bad as you think it's going to be. Your self-confidence grows, your self-esteem rises, and your relationship with the world around you becomes more vivid and more rich because you're not hiding anymore. You're not hiding away from things that scare you. So what's this got to do with cold showers? I hear you ask. The way I see it, there's a 3-part process to submerging yourself in the cold water. The crucial first part is the decision to actually do it.
I'm already freezing. I really don't want to go in.
The few minutes beforehand when you've decided it's going to happen. This is the end of the lake where all the professionals go, but it's a bit skanky down here. We've got our own patch over there, less skanky. You get the tingles in your belly, the butterflies of anticipation. Mindset comes in. Gotta keep your mind strong. Whether you beat your chest like a caveman or stay focused like a Zen Buddha, you have to get through this bit and step into the cold. Any wisdom or courage or spiritual development that you get from the cold water happens right there, in that moment where you have a choice. You can listen to every impulse in your body and flee from the cold water.
So I've been in here for 30 seconds and it feels like half an hour.
Run away from the discomfort.
Get me a towel, get me a towel.
Or you have a second choice, which is to recognize that in this moment, the cold water, the discomfort, the icy feeling on your skin is not harming you. And like so many of the things that we spend days or months or years worrying about, it was not nearly as bad as you imagine. And you realize that all the fear, anxiety and doubts were just noises of your gibbering monkey mind. Problems you created by worrying more than focusing and accepting. In this sense, it's so much more than a cold shower or an icy river plunge. It's an exercise in showing yourself that you can conquer fear and positive rewards lie on the other side.